Hello everyone, welcome to EduTerrain and a warm good afternoon to you all. Hope you all are doing well and hope you all had a great day. So with the same enthusiasm, let's start today's session, which is on wherein we are going to see MCQs, okay, of the most important ARD current affairs, agriculture and rural development current affairs that we'll be doing in the form of MCQs for the month of April, part 1. Okay, this is what we are going to see. And these questions or this particular content would be useful or helpful for you in your upcoming NABARD grade A or B examination 2024, and also these would be important as part of your IBPS SO AFO as well. Okay, so with this introduction, let me start today's session without wasting much time. These are my credentials, you can go through it later as well. Yes. So the first question, seasonal outlook for hot weather season. Sorry, ये कभी-कभी तंग करता है. Yes. Seasonal outlook for hot weather season April to June 2024 and monthly outlook for April 2024 for rainfall and temperature. Both these reports have been released by the India Meteorological Department, that is IMD, which is under the Ministry of Earth Sciences. Now, as part of this report, which statement is or are not true? Yes. The first statement says above normal maximum temperatures are likely over most parts of India. Rainfall during April 2024, when we average it over India, is most likely to be normal, which is under the minus 19 to plus 19 of the long period average. Above normal heat wave days are likely to occur over most parts of India. That time period, as you can see, a hot weather season for April to June 2024, and monthly outlook for the rainfall and temperature of April month. So this is all we are talking about, either April when it comes to rainfall and regular temperature, or hot weather season for April to June. And special advisories have been issued to 23 heat wave prone states or union territories. So yes. So here, yes, above normal maximum temperatures are likely over. Just give me a second. Yes. Above normal maximum temperatures are likely. This is true. Majority of the country, this time we are expecting above normal maximum temperatures, barring few states. Okay, that includes some southern states and northeastern India, etc. Rainfall during April 2024 averaged over India. If we average that pan India, then it is most likely to be normal. That falls under, they are saying that 88% to 112% of long period average. So when long period average kya hai, over a period of 50 years, whatever the rainfall that has been received by the Indian continent, they take average of that. Okay, that average they consider as the long period average, 50 years ka average hai. Okay, and every year whatever the rainfall that we receive, they compare that with the average of this and see whether it is normal and or excess. It all falls under 6 categories of LPA. So normal वाला तब होगा जब -19% to plus 19% over and above LPA अगर होगा rainfall, then we can consider that year as the normal rainfall season. So here this falls between 88% to 112%, well in the bracket of -19 to plus 19% of LPA. So hence it is normal. This is also true. Above normal heat waves days are likely to occur over most parts of India. Yes, it is true. Above normal heat waves we are expecting, and they are being expected in almost 23 heat wave prone states, for which already March mein hi they have sent the special advisories to prepare heat action plans. okay, with the help of the National Disaster Management Agency. Thereby they'll be able to combat this situation. The states would be able to combat this situation. So all of these are true. So hence the answer is none of the above. So if you want to know more about this, I have given you the information here already. Okay, yes, moving on to our next question. यस, आई एम रियली सॉरी, थोड़ा सा नेटवर्क इश्यूज हो रहा है मेरे एंड पे आज, सॉरी फॉर द सेम. Yes, Center has directed all states and union territories to enforce weekly stock disclosure of pulses by all stock holding entities, and they have to get their stocks verified after the stocks are declared by these stock holding entities. Now, for which of the following pulses would this monitoring be done? This is majorly to rein in the price inflation of prices for the pulses in the market, and also to prevent hoarding that leads to this inflationary prices, क्योंकि मैनिपुलेशन होता है. And also government has allowed import of yellow peas, okay, in order to combat the price fluctuation, and here this would be allowed, the import would be allowed till 30th June 2024. So whatever the stocks that are being maintained by these stock holding entities, they have to give, or they have to disclose the stock disclosure for pulses including tur, urad, chana, masoor, moong and yellow peas. All these they have to provide weekly stock disclosures. So this is majorly done to avoid the hoarding of the pulses. Moving on to our next question. National Colloquium on Governance at the Grassroots after 3 decades of 73rd Constitutional Amendment was conducted on 24th April 2024 by which of the following? This was conducted in New Delhi, and this is majorly to bring on the various entities who are associated with, अगर मैं बोलूँगी तो आप फटाक से आंसर दे देंगे. 73rd, what is 73rd Constitutional Amendment related to? This is done to incorporate one major chapter into the Constitution, and that is the panchayats, so that states can be provided ample support, or they can be provided with support where they can further promote village governance in the form of panchayat. So part 9 chapter add किया था to the constitution as part of the 73rd constitutional amendment to promote panchayati raj system. So every year 24th April it is celebrated as the National Panchayati Raj Day. Okay, so on the same day this year, since 3 decades हुआ है ये होके, for which Ministry of Panchayati Raj has conducted this governance at the grassroots after 3 decades of the 73rd Constitutional Amendment, wherein ये 1992 में हुआ था, and this came into force in 1993 and paved the way for the states to implement the initiation of Gram Panchayats system. So here it is Ministry of Panchayati Raj that has conducted this particular event, bringing on the various stakeholders associated with the Panchayati Raj system. See, as you can see here, 73rd amendment हुआ था Act 1992, which came into force on 24th April 1993. Moving on to our next question. One of these entities along with the Gram Unnati, which is एक फाउंडेशन है, NGO sort of foundation, it is Gram Unnati, and the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technologies initiative, that is Common Service Center which is a special purpose vehicle. These three entities have come together and signed an MOU with an aim to empower over 5 lakh smallholder farmers over the next 2 years by providing them with support related to timely crop advisory, transfer of good agriculture practices that are being developed by this organization, and also access to the products developed by this organization. And currently they are planning to do this as a pilot sort of in few states like Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh. Later on they want to they want to bring on more farmers under this initiative. Yes, which is that organization or entity that has signed this tripartite MOU? Please try to answer, even if it's wrong, no problem. See, I'm here to guide you, so no problem even if it's wrong. Here it is Bayer. It's an international organization. Okay, that signed this tripartite MOU with Gram Unnati and the CSC Common Service Centers SPV. So here it will provide farmers with access to quality agri inputs through digital capability building, strengthen rural livelihoods, trying to do in these states which I have already highlighted. And the smallholder farmers will be able to access timely crop advisory, transfer of good agriculture practice, access to premium Bayer products through CSC's online portal. Along with that, Bayer will also facilitate women-focused training on financial literacy, management and agribusiness practices for the women farmers. Moving on to our next question. NABARD will be integrating its electronic KCC loan origination system portal, which compiles all the data associated with the Kisan credit card loans with the public tech platform for frictionless credit. Now this particular platform has been developed by one of these following entities. Now why NABARD is trying to integrate with this PTPFC? This is to streamline the lending process and reduce the turnaround time for loans from 3 to 4 weeks to just 5 minutes for India's 120 million farmers who rely on KCC for their loan structures. So earlier they used to take time because अगर एक बैंक के पास गया है, so that it will verify the documents, everything, whether the farmer has taken any loan from some other bank, all that they have to verify. So back end जितने भी documents, whatever the data that they have to check it. So for which they used to take lot of time. But now if the entire this data if it is centralized, they can view it very easily and immediately they can take a decision. So right, 3 to 4 weeks का जो time लगता था, वहाँ से just 5 minutes now they'll be taking with the help of this public tech platform for frictionless credit. It's a platform that has been developed by Reserve Bank Innovation Hub. Okay, Reserve Bank Innovation Hub के साथ ये tie up है, and currently they are planning to do this in 351 district and state cooperative banks, and 43 RRBs will gain access to range of services including digital state land records, satellite data, KYC, credit history and transliteration for more effective credit underwriting. Okay, and the pilot phase, this is what they are going to integrate. Currently the pilot phase will see implementation in select RRBs including the Karnataka Gramin Bank and Maharashtra Gramin Bank and cooperative banks in Andhra Pradesh. After this they will be able to understand how well this is being done. Accordingly that would be made applicable to different other banks as well, especially focusing on the district and state cooperative banks and the regional rural banks. Okay, moving on to our next question. The 2024 Global Report on Food Crisis has been released very recently, shedding light on the prevailing challenges in food security worldwide. This we have done in the morning also. Now, who produces this annual global report on food crisis? Those who have attended the morning session, they can answer this question very easily. Yes, anyone who wants to try? See, this is being done by Food Security Information Network. Annually it releases the report, and along with it 16 other agencies associated with United Nations, they help it to create this report, because lot of data is required, lot of facts and figures are required. All that would be provided by the 16 partner organizations associated with UN. Okay. And it analyzes the drivers of acute food insecurity like conflicts, economic shocks, weather extremes, etc., and offers an analysis of global, regional and country levels. And this report, it has highlighted that there are three major reasons that has led to this acute food scarcity or food shortage being faced by few. And the first reason is war or conflicts. Second reason is the weather aberrations, and third is the economic crisis or the economic shocks. See here, they have given. And approximately 282 million people across 59 countries and territories experienced high levels of acute hunger in 2023, which is actually increase of 24 million people over the previous year. So कुछ कम नहीं हुआ है, in fact ज़्यादा ही हुआ है. Acute malnutrition affected 36 million children under 5 years of age across 32 countries. So these are some of the most important data. We'll be doing this report in detail because this is important for your examination, be it ARD or ESA. For both it would be important. During the April-February period of the 2023-24 fiscal year, India saw a notable decline of 8.8% in its agricultural exports, amounting to how many billion dollars? Now, this drop was attributed to various factors including Red Sea crisis, the Russia-Ukraine conflict, the domestic restrictions on key commodities like rice, wheat, sugar, onion, etc., because we have put a tab on the export of these items. Okay, because of which the exports have decreased. One of the reasons. This is majorly to rein in the prices, price hike in the domestic market. Last year, if you look at the 2022-23, the agriculture exports stood at $47.9 billion. And this year, अभी एक और महीने का डाटा आया नहीं है, from April to Feb, that is 11 months का, it's less, $43.7 billion है. So even if we add March also, it's not going to match. So obviously it would be less. Okay. See, as you can see. But India's agriculture GDP growth rate also slowed down, slowing to 0.7% in 2023-24 from 4.7% in the previous fiscal year, the growth rate. Okay, and export bans has also resulted here. They are saying that if provided these exports, अगर ये exports बंद नहीं हुए हैं like rice, wheat, sugar, onion, we would have completed $5 to $6 billion in the last fiscal year. So in fact it would have increased, but owing to the inflationary, that is price hikes that have been witnessing in the domestic market, we have completely stopped exporting these items, which also added to this less exports from India. Among the 24 principal commodities in the APEDA basket, which looks into this Agriculture Processing and Export Development Authority, it has 24 principal commodities in its basket when it comes to exports, agriculture exports. So of which 17 recorded positive growth during the period, like your fresh fruit, buffalo meat, processed vegetables, basmati rice, bananas, etc. Okay, though we are saying that it has decreased. Basmati rice exports notably increased from $4.2 billion to $5.2 billion for the same consecutive period, April to February 2022-23 to April to February 2023-24. So making a growth of 22%, which is the highest growth that has witnessed. Along with that, despite the global alcoholic beverages market reaching $113.66 billion in 2020 billion dollars in 2022, India's export stood at $180 million, ranking India at the 40th in the global exports of alcoholic beverages. Though वो भी increase हुआ है, but still we were not able to catch up with the international market. This is what this statement has to say. Moving on to our next question. India requires approximately 170 billion US dollars annually to reach a cumulative total of over US $2.5 trillion by 2030. The current green finance inflows are critically insufficient. This is what our requirement is related to green finance. Because when we talk about climate change, two kinds of initiatives are to be taken to combat that. That is, one is the mitigational measures and the other are the adaptation measures. Both these require good amount of investment so that infrastructure can be developed and we can make ourselves full proof of that whatever the climate changes that has already happened and also that are going to happen. Okay, but to address this, though we have that much requirement, we couldn't, requirement बहुत ज़्यादा है, but still by 2030 we require this much $2.5 trillion and currently it's $170 billion, but still we were not able to match with that requirement, for which one of these entities have launched a climate strategy 2030 document on the occasion of the Earth Day, that is on 22nd April 2024. Okay, wherein as part of which they have come up with few initiatives or this climate studies, they have created a strategy sort of wherein they have highlighted 4 pillars based on which they want to promote or increase the flow of green finance. What are the 4 pillars? Now, one is the accelerating green lending across sectors. So they want to increase the pace at which the finance is being provided to green as part of green finance across all the sectors, not 1 or 2 sectors. And second, playing a broader market making role. So until and unless a market is created, the requirement is created, that is they have to analyze and come up with saying that this is the market where the funding is required. So such kind of market creation they will be working. That is one of the pillar. Internal green transformation of this organization itself. See, until and unless they themselves go for green financing and go for such infrastructure that promotes this green infrastructure and all that, they can't say advocate others to do that. So for which they are planning to go green by themselves as well. And strategic resource mobilization, they want to play a crucial role in creating a pool of resources that can fund towards the green finance. Okay, this particular climate strategy 2030 document has been released by the NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. See, as you can see, India requires this much and total cumulative till 2030 this much. So for which NABARD has come up with this to accelerate the green lending option. Various sectors, creating a market, internal green transformation by itself, and to strategize resource mobilization for the availability to make resources available for these loans. Now, very recently, grand opening of the renovated live insects repository, which is regarded as India's largest, housing an impressive 137 live species or strains of insects across 8 laboratories. It's a repository sort of where you can find the live insects. Okay, and it is considered as India's largest live insects repository at one place. And this repository is at ICAR, National Bureau of Agricultural Insect Resources. Now you have to tell me where is this headquartered. Yes. Now this was inaugurated by the Secretary of Department of Agriculture, Research and Education, that is DARE. Department of Agriculture Research and Education, their secretary डॉक्टर हिमांशु पाठक, ओके, इन्होंने इनाग्रेट किया था. एंड ICR-NBAIR is in Bengaluru, okay, it is in Bengaluru. Along with इनाग्रेशन ऑफ दिस रेनोवेटेड, ऑलरेडी कभी था बट रेनोवेट करके उन्होंने फिर से री इनाग्रेट करवाया था. along with this inauguration, he has also officially launched the website for the second international conference on biological control, that is 2ICBC 2025, which is scheduled to take place in Bengaluru from Feb 12th to Feb 15, 2025, marking a significant step towards strengthening international collaboration and information exchange. If anyone wants to apply to come attend this conference etc, they have to get themselves registered. अगर कुछ sponsors भी चाहिए, for all that they need to maintain some portal or website so as to manage all these things, for which this portal has been launched officially. So the second international conference on biological control is scheduled to take place in Bengaluru in Feb 2025. So the last question for today is, one of these following apps has been launched by Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute to transform marine fishery research, species identification and assessment efforts within the India's exclusive economic zone. Now you have to tell me yes, yes, anyone who wants to try. As I've said earlier also, गलत भी हुआ तो कोई problem नहीं. Yes, before giving you the answer, I would like to request you all to please like this session and share this session with your friends as well, so that they can also benefit out of these sessions. And here it is, Marlin @CMFRA. Marlin means Marine Fishery Machine Learning Routines of Indian Exclusive Economic Zone, MARLIN. Okay, what does this mean? See, this app helps the people, those who are going into fishing etc, they can update the high quality photographs etc from wherever the fishes, these fishes or the aquaculture, these are available, marine fishery, these are available, based on which they can identify and assess which are those areas where abundant fisheries, these fishes can be found out. So for which this app would be helpful for the fishermen in the long run, and this is dependent on the artificial intelligence and the machine learning. Okay, now this has been developed by the Fishery Resources Assessment Economics and Extension Division, FRAEED of ICR-CMFRI, under the project Automated System for Marine Fishery Resources Landing Data Collection via Computer Vision and AI driven Deep Learning Algorithms for Species Identification and Quantification, both from visual images, as a gateway for comprehensive media sharing, and stands at the forefront of revolutionizing marine fishery research and identification or assessment efforts in the Indian Exclusive Economic Zone. Now this app is designed to empower users with a platform for uploading high quality digital images related to marine fish landings, and facilitates the development of comprehensive database for advanced AI driven automated marine fishery resources identification in Indian Exclusive Economic Zone. Now this is a zone which runs to close to 2 lakh nautical miles from the Indian coast, and that would be exclusively Indian waters only. So जितना भी fishing होता है उसी में करना पड़ेगा हमें. Okay, and here this project has been developed under the leadership of Dr. Eldo Varghese. This particular project, that is Automated System for Machine Fishery Resources Landing Data Collection via Species Identification and Quantification from Visual Images. ये वाला project चल रहा है. with the help of RAID, which is under the CMFRI only. Okay. Yes. So this is all from my end related to ARD current affairs for the month of April 2024. Part 1 it is. Yes, State of the Climate in Asia 2023 is released by WMO. These are the homework questions that we have done. I have given you yesterday, I am giving you the answer. So this is provided or launched by or published by the World Meteorological Organization, which is in Geneva, Switzerland, which is under the UN only. The sea level rise in Bay of Bengal was 50% above the global average, particularly in the Sundarban regions, and was among the highest in the region. This is false because it was only 30% above the global average. Today's homework question, see, one of the entities or organizations or the ministries is planning to launch a 1,000 crore fund to bolster technology-driven agri startups and rural enterprises. Along with that, already additional 750 crore fund was set up for pre-seed investments in untested ideas, emphasizing the need to foster innovative solutions. That kind of ecosystem they want to develop, right from pre-seed investments till to provide funding to the data-driven startups and the rural enterprises. So for which this particular entity is working, now you have to tell me which is that. Second question, so far only onions, potatoes and pulses have been part of the price stabilization fund, which was launched in 2015 majorly to stabilize the prices of those commodities, agriculture commodities, exclusively onion, potatoes, pulses. When there is dearth in the market, nodal agencies will venture into the market and procure them at the MSPs or the reserved prices, and again sell it in the market to the common people at nominal prices. So this will help the farmers also on one hand and the consumers also on the other hand. Okay, this is exclusively for this onion, potatoes and pulses. But very recently Government of India has added 2 more commodities under this PSF. What are they? Okay. Yes. So now the forum is open for your queries, questions, any suggestions, comments on today's session, etc. Okay. Since I'm not getting any queries, I'm winding up the session. Okay, tomorrow we'll have again in the morning the same current affairs class. After that in the afternoon, tomorrow we'll have ESI current affairs. Okay, monthly current affairs ही लेंगे and उसी में April month का ही we'll be doing some MCQs as we have done today. So this is all from my end, and thank you very much for being so patient, and see you all tomorrow then. Have a great day ahead. Please take good care of yourself. Bye bye. And please don't forget to subscribe to our Telegram group and channel and YouTube channel so that you won't miss out on any classes that we'll be conducting. Okay.